everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. Today I have another box that I'm considering like a little Mother's Day gift box, or for your table for all the mothers that are coming or going to a restaurant maybe. It measures 3 1/4 by 4 by 1 1/4. Alrighty, and I used the Circle Sayings bundle, and I just wanted to remind you that the newer things usually come in a bundle, and if you buy them with the bundle number, you get a 10% discount. So make sure that you look for the bundle on the website, or look underneath the picture. There'll be a little space that has the bundle. Alright, so I'm using the Circle Sayings stamp set and the 2 3/8 inch circle punch, along with the Petal Park Builder punch for the flowers on the side. Now on this one, I used Bubble Bath for the actual box, but this time I'm going to be using Lemon Lolly because my free shipping order, the one from Free Shipping Day, came in. So I'm going to use Lemon Lolly. Everything else I'll keep the same though. So we need a piece of basic white for stamping. We need a piece of Lemon Lolly or the Bubble Bath cardstock that is 9 1/2 by 5 1/4. We need a scrap of Bubble Bath for the flowers. And we need 2 pieces of the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper that are 3 by 3 3/4. All right. Okay, so I'm going to start with my cardstock. This is my host code. If you're going to be spending anything under $150, excluding tax and shipping, please put that in. Alrighty, and I would appreciate that. Alright, so now we're going to start on the 9 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2, 3 3/4, 5, and 8 1/4. We're going to turn it to the 5 1/4 inch side, and we're going to score at 1 1/4. And that's it. Now you want to fold and burnish the score lines. Okay. Now I wanted to show you, because the last video I did a box that reminded me of a fun fold card. I did that because the challenge for my team, my upline this month, is to make a fun fold card with one of the new stamp sets. So I just I did the same with the daisies, and then I just made a fun fold card out of it. So that was an easy one for me for the challenge, because I don't usually make cards. I usually like to make the treat boxes or the favors. Okay, so how I have this is the skinniest rectangle is on the left, and there is 1 1/4 inch strips on the bottom and on the right. And this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to start on the left-hand side. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into that skinny rectangle. Then we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. And then for the other side, all we're going to do is go all the way to the end and wedge up in that skinny rectangle that's on the right now. Alright, and that's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring it and cutting it. Alright, now I'm going to get some tear and tape, and I'm going to put it on what's left of the skinny rectangle next to the score line. I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and get the backing off. And then I'm going to flip the whole thing over, flip over the side with the tape and the other side to meet it. Okay, so now this is our back, so I'm going to put the sides in, the tabs in. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on those tabs and pull the back flap. And then put some more glue here and put the front flap down, and just make sure that everything is staying nice and even in a line. Okay, then flip it over and make sure you press down your tabs that you had glue on to make sure they stay there. Alrighty. Now we're going to take our 2 pieces of DSP that are 3 by 3 3/4, and we're going to put them on the front and the back with liquid glue. Now let's let that dry, and we're going to do some stamping. I'll get my piece of basic white, and what I'm going to do is I'm using today Boho Blue and Bubble Bath inks. So we'll start with the Bubble Bath, and I'm going to use this stamp here, which has the flowers, and we're going to do them in Bubble Bath. So make sure you leave yourself enough room to cut the circle. Alright, and then we're going to cut it out with the 2 3/8 inch circle punch that comes in the bundle. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp again on the bottom, so it looks like a whole circle of flowers. Okay, there you go. And then I'm going to take my Boho Blue ink and the sentiment, which says, "Because you're awesome." I'm going to just put this right in the middle. Just right like that. Okay. Now we need to work with our box a minute. Put that aside. I'm going to run my fingers down the sides to kind of warm it up a little. And I forgot to tell you what's in here. I have some makeup. I have an Urban Decay blush. It usually comes in a box, but it's close to this size anyway. And a new sample of It Cosmetics waterproof concealer. All right, so they'll both fit in there nicely. So what I want you to do is put whatever you're going to put in there in, and then warm up the sides a little, and then just push with your pointer and squeeze with your other fingers, and it will go to where it wants to go. Okay? All right. And then I have a 7/8 inch hole punch. I don't have a 3/4 inch right now. I thought I did, but I don't. So whatever you have that's close to 7/8, if you have to do one, but 3/4 inch would be the best, I would say. You can even do a 1/2 inch one if you want to. I'm going to go to the middle, just under where the DSP is, and cut a hole, and then go on the back. Try to get it in the middle, and do the same thing. Okay. And then we're going to put this on with dimensionals. Okay. It's a pretty big circle, so I used a lot. Make sure this is the front, and I'm just going to put this right there. Okay, now we're going to make our flowers. So we need some Bubble Bath cardstock and the Petal Park Builder Punch. And I'm going to need 3 little ones. I'll cut them all out and then I'll decide. Okay, so I cut them all out. And what we need is 3 of the small, 3 of the middle, and 1 of the large. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my Stampin Pierce Mat and my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to use the cap that's on the sticky side. And I am going to just push in the middle on all of these. Okay. And then I'm going to make 2 of the flowers with the medium and the small, and 1 with all 3 of them. All right, and I'm just going to kind of stagger the petals so they're not all the same. And they'll all have that same size middle, so it'll be easier to. Okay, so that's the large one. And then we're just going to do the medium and the small for the other 2. I'm just going to press them again. Okay. Now, to attach them to the box, we need some mini dimensionals, and we're going to put 1 on the outer spot part of each one of these. Okay. So I need 3, and I want to take the backings off first if I can do it. And then I'm just going to put it on the outside edge of each one of them, so that, because they're going to hang over. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottoms. And the middle one is going to go up here. And I kind of put the petal so that the words here are inside the petal, the E on the because. And then one right here, and then the last one. And that's going to go up over here. Then I'm going to put my hand in so I don't squish anything. And I'm really going to give them another little push to kind of puff them back up a little bit again after being pushed on there to adhere. Alright, and now I'm going to get some glittered organdy ribbon, and for this I used about 14 inches. And you would put your goodies in there, but I'm not going to do that right now. So I have them for my pictures. Alright. And then I'm just going to tie a nice bow on the front. Just give it a good squeeze so that it stays tight while you're trying to tie your bow. Okay. And then you're just going to clip off the edges. A little more on this side. Okay. And for the final touch, I'm just going to puff it a little because there's nothing in there. For the final touch, I'm going to use some of the Solid Gems in the Lemon Lolly. I think both of them look nice. Okay, and I'm going to put a large one in the large flower and 2 medium ones in the small flowers. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this today. If you have any questions, my email is below, along with the links to my blog that has all the measurements and my shop. Please don't forget to use the host code for anything under $150 besides shipping and handling. And have a great weekend. I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.